waxing the surface of the sculpture to get it to be shiny. What they do in Zimbabwe is what they've done for 1,000 years. They build a fire around the sculpture. And can you imagine what's back there with a bonfire built up around it, ramped, blazing against the night sky, because it took 4.5 days of careful tending to get this stone hot enough to wax it, because they take cold wax onto the hot stone. It's a technique that they invented in their technology. And if you do it just a little too fast, what happened is what happened next. The fire got too hot and the piece exploded. And we were, Greg, how many months were we into it at that point? A lot. Many. Maybe more than a year. Maybe. I try and put it out of my mind at this point. I got a phone call from Zimbabwe, 2 in the morning. I've got some news for you. I said, oh, well, it's good, right? He said, the stone wasn't winning. I said, what do you mean? He said, we brought it down from the mountain, we fired it, we were getting ready to polish, and I had forced it. I said, what do you mean you forced it? He said, in my rush to please you, to do this, I found a stone that I thought was the right size, the right color, but I forced the subject matter. I forced the family, the spirit into it, the community into it. It wasn't there. And he said, nature and the spirits would not let that happen. So they took care of it. I said, what are you telling me? Please, I love that. It's very poetic. It's 2 in the morning and I'm having a heart attack. What are you telling me? He said, we get blue. Stone shattered. We have to start over. He had to go back up the mountains, find another boulder. The boulder weighed about 9 tons when he started. Immense thing. So we did that. And I'm going to cut this short. But thank you, Loma Linda. Thank you, everyone. Greg Powers especially, because I think you lost a couple of hairs, perhaps. And I'm not far behind you, my friend, over this. Because we had a deadline. I had made promises. I'm a man of my word. And I had to keep calling and saying, sorry, it's Africa. So it's taken us about a couple of years, but the time is right. I think we all feel the philosophy of it. Or at least they're saying that to me, to make me feel better. It's lovely. But it's here today, and it's this renewal time. This means so much to so many people. This project put so much money into Zimbabwe. Families that were fed, men that had work and dignity for doing this work. Who, because I'm sorry. It's my meds, because of my accident. I'm a hard-hearted man, I never cried about it. Who, because of our current regime and the cruelty of it, have no work. And I thank them really for that. But we're here now. We got it shipped. We got it crated, as you saw in the little slideshow. I took the truck myself and went to the docks to pick it up, because at this point I was not going to have any more problem. You have an American actor, John Belushi. Remember that Animal House? This was the scene I found at the docks. A little bit like a bad movie about a dock crew. And they said, oh, you're not going to like what you see when you see this crate. I went, cold. They said, yeah, they piled everything else on top of it. I walked in the back. I'm not sure whether I made a whining, crying, bellowing noise. I made some sort of noise that indicated to these people I was not terribly happy. It looked like matchsticks. All this debris with this piece sitting in the middle of it. We got it on the truck. They dropped it as they put it on the truck. I went, what is this, Lord, please? Enough. Got it home, got it out.